Hare Krishna, Namaste.
Chapter 13 is entitled as Kṣetraඥa Yoga, also as Prakriti Purusha Vibhaga Yoga, also as Prakriti Purusha Viveka Yoga.
Sloka 6 and 7, Part 2. mahā-bhūtāny ahaṅkārah buddhir avyaktam ca indriyāṇi daśaikaṁ ca pañca cendriya-gocarāḥ icchā dveṣaḥ sukhaṁ duḥkhaṁ saṅghātaś cetanā dhṛtiḥ etat kṣetraṁ samāsena sa-vikāram udāhṛtam. The 5 great elements: false ego, intelligence, the unmanifested, the 10 senses, and the mind, the 5 sense objects: desire, hatred, happiness, distress, the aggregate, the life symptoms, and convictions. All these are considered, in summary, to be the field of activities and its interactions. In the previous session, we went through the 5 answers for 5 questions. What we will be focusing today and few other sessions is about the 24 elements. The first and foremost substance that we need to know is Prakriti. Prakriti is the primary material that is used to create this universe. Like Jivatma, Prakriti is also a substance which is eternal. There is a theory called Satkaryavada, meaning no object is ever newly created or completely destroyed. It just transforms from one state to another state, which means that always exists. So Prakriti is a similar one where it changes from one form into another form. It never gets created or it doesn't get destroyed. It's just transformation of different forms. And this is called Satkaryavada. That means Prakriti is eternal substance. Whatever we see around us, they are all just a transformation that occurred from Prakriti. And when destruction happens, whatever we are seeing, it goes back to its original state. Therefore, this Prakriti is also called as ajā, that means which is not born. The Prakriti possesses the 3 gunas: sattva, rajas, and tamas. When the Prakriti transforms into the universes and various objects, they also possess the 3 modes: sattva, rajas, and tamas. And the body that gets created, the body that we all have, is nothing but Prakriti. Therefore, the body also possesses the 3 modes: sattva, rajas, and tamas. There are 2 types of Jivatmas. One is called bubukshus, whereas the other one is called mumukshus. Bubukshus are those think that enjoying pleasures present in this Prakriti is the supreme ultimate bliss, and they live happily in this samsara, in this material world. Whereas mumukshus, or very few jivatmas, understanding that this Prakriti is a binding agent which keeps the jivatma away from the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they turn away from the association of Prakriti and try to attain liberation. It is very difficult to get disassociated or not be affected, not to be attached with the Prakriti, which consists of the three modes, sattva, rajas and tamas. We saw this in 7th chapter 14th sloka, where Krishna himself says to us, Daivihi esha gunamayi mama maya dhṛtiḥ mamevayi prapatyante mayam etam tarantite. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. How did we get into this Prakriti, into the samsara? Prakriti binds us into the samsara based on our papa and punya karma, sins and merit. If we don't have karma, papa and punya, the Prakriti will not bind us into the samsara. In other words, we will be free from the association of the Prakriti, and that is called mukti. But what does this Prakriti do to all of us when we are in association with it? Three main things. First is, it puts us in ignorance, not allowing us to understand about God, God's real nature, or even, for that matter, it puts us in a situation where we don't even understand ourselves, who we are. And this all raised to the misconception that dehatma abhimana, meaning I am this body. And this is the very first thing it does. Secondly, cendriya-abhimana makes us to think that I am independent. I am not dependent on anyone. I can do what I want. I don't need anyone's support. I am not under anyone's control. So this is cendriya-abhimana. The first one is ekātma-abhimana. The second one is cendriya-abhimana. And the third one it does to all of us is make us think that all the objects of enjoyment present in this world are supreme, so that we get attached to those objects and plan to live in this samsara forever. So three things that Prakriti does: dehatma abhimana, that makes us to think I am this body. Second one is cendriya-abhimana, makes us to feel that I am independent. Number three, what it does is to make us feel that this world is a place of enjoyment, and this is the ultimate supreme bliss that the jivatma must attain. When we say Prakriti, what is it? Where do we see it? we don't need to go any too far. This body that we are in, the sensory organs, are Prakriti, byproduct of the Prakriti. And the worldly objects, they are all Prakriti. These Prakriti possesses the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, and they are all controlled by Paramatma. The Prakriti also has various other names. As we already know, Prakriti. Another name is avidya, and then tamasa, pradhana, maya. Since this whole world is created from this, it is called Prakriti. Avidya. Since Prakriti tried to cover us, our knowledge, therefore it is also called avidya. Tamas. Prakriti is like darkness, which is opposite of light. Nothing but knowledge puts us into ignorance in darker state. Therefore, it is also called as tamas. Pradhana. Since Prakriti is the primary object that transforms into everything in this world, it is the most important material, and so it is called Pradhana. Lastly, Maya. Since Prakriti creates astonishing many things in this world, makes one to feel great about it, puts the Jivatma into an astonishing state. Therefore, it is also called Maya. Put one into an illusory state of thinking, this is great. Though everything comes from Prakriti, everything is the byproduct of Prakriti, and everything like the Prakriti also possesses the three modes, sattva, rajas and tamas, there is a difference between the primary material, Prakriti, and its creation. The difference is that in all the objects that we see, which get created from the primary material, Prakriti, which possesses sattva, rajas and tamas, those three vary from time to time and from object to object. They are not in the same level. They vary. Whereas in Prakriti, that primary material, the three gunas are constantly at an equal level. There is no variation. It's not sattva guna is high and other gunas are low. It is not rajoguna is high at one point and other two are low. All the three gunas constantly are an equal level, and that is in the primary material, which is Prakriti. Whereas its byproduct, whatever get created from that Prakriti, which also has the three modes, but the difference is these three gunas are not in equal level. They vary time to time and form to form, object to object. When we say or when we hear Srishti and Pralaya, meaning creation and destruction, what it means is that all the objects that we see in this world become one with their previous element and then finally goes back to the origin, which is the Prakriti, from where they came from. And when Pralaya ends, destruction period ends, and Srishti begins, creation begins, the first thing that happens in the Prakriti is that the three gunas which are present there, they lose their equality. The equal level that we just saw, it loses that equality and start to have some differences in their level. This state is called avyaktam. This stage is a stage where it is getting ready for being transformed into the universe and all different variations. So what is avyaktam? Avyaktam is a stage where the three gunas that present in Prakriti, which are all the time equal in level, loses their equality, which has some variation between these three gunas in their level, and that is called avyaktam, which means now it's ready for the Prakriti to be transformed into the universe and various other objects. So that's about the very first element called Prakriti. Next, we have to see Mahan, then ahaṅkāra, and then the indriyas. Let's continue in the next session.
Namaste. Hare Krishna.